Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Exodus chapters 22 through 24. If you're new to the 3-Minute Thought podcast, the 3-Minute Thought podcast is a chance for us to gather together to look at one section of Scripture every single day. This year, we're going to go through the entire Bible chronologically, and so right now, we're in Exodus chapters 22 through 24. I'd encourage you to read those chapters, but here is a quick synopsis of what those 3 chapters are all about. In Exodus chapter 22, a book written by Moses after the Israelites have been exiled or exodus from Egypt. They've received the 10 Commandments and Moses is up on the mountain. So here in chapter 22, God is going to continue to provide different laws, civil laws for the people of Israel. He's going to talk about things like justice and compassion. These laws are going to cover things like property rights, theft, personal injury, as well as the way that we treat one another humanely, especially those who are vulnerable, like widows and orphans and foreigners who are gathered among us. God commands Israel to avoid exploiting one another and demonstrate his mercy through these physical acts of love toward one another. Chapter 23, God is going to emphasize fairness and integrity in all matters legal. Bribery, false testimony, and showing partiality in judgment are prohibited under these sets of laws. The chapter is also going to include instructions for how to observe the Sabbath and other annual feasts throughout the year. He's going to demonstrate the importance of what it means to rest and what it means to have gratitude for God's provision. That's what the whole idea of Sabbath really is all about. God also promises here to send an angel ahead of them to lead them into the promised land. He warns them, not to adopt any of the pagan practices of the other nations that they're going to encounter along the journey, but stay faithful to God and trust his protection and provision. Chapter 24 demonstrates the covenant between God and Israel being formally ratified. Moses, Aaron, the elders, they approach the mountain. Moses reads this book of the covenant to the people. They commit themselves to obeying God's command. Sacrifices are made. And then this chapter is going to end. So you see in here through this sacrificial thing, you have this covenant established between God and man, and God promises to be faithful and man promises to honor God. These chapters are a demonstration and a reminder that God cares deeply about justice and mercy and worship. His desire is that his communities are marked by compassion, fairness, and then a commitment to holiness as we live out God's calling here in our day-to-day lives. That's it for today. Be well, friends.